Hello and welcome to my first attempt at making a documentary. My name is Marie, and I'm a third-year anthropology and media student at Goldsmiths. I guess I'm talking to you now to offer you a bit of context. This year I've been investigating care at Goldsmiths for my dissertation, and since I already had to do fieldwork, I thought that I'd record it and perhaps make something out of it. Thank you, past Marie, for that. Because what started as research has turned into a love letter to all of the people that showed up, those who couldn't, those who did something, those who asked for help, those who screamed into the void, and those that were heard. If you care, this is for you. Thank you. I have been a student at Goldsmiths since 2017 and have never had a strike-free year. This is because the senior management team at Goldsmiths, composed by people who we, students and staff, have never seen, are on a mission to allegedly save our education by apparently overworking our teachers, producing precarious contracts, and reducing student support. This year, after the gigantic effort made by students and teachers to keep each other afloat with minimum resources during the global pandemic, the SMT have proposed a restructuring plan for the university which will see 52 members of staff, mainly in professional jobs as well as the history and literature departments, fired. They're also centralizing departmental administration and introducing a common curriculum that I know, as a student, no one asked for. This restructuring comes after a series of deals with banks such as NatWest and Lloyds and consultancies made by KPMG. But who cares?
Can I hear you make a massive noise to let management know why you are here?
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. If I translate that in English, it happens like that. Guru is our teacher, our academics, our Guru are above the Creator, above the God, above our parents. Guru, the word comes from Sanskrit, means Gu means darkness, Ru means light. The person who removes the darkness, who tears the darkness from one's life and gives light and enlightenment, that person is called Guru. Today, we can see our Guru, our academics, our parents, our teachers who are above the God, who are Creator, they are begging with such institutions or with such leaders for their life.
They quote some research that says that it's estimated that 1/5 of degrees, these are the people who are all over this campus with their restructure. It's estimated that 1/5 of degrees, they argue, aren't worth the money in terms of future earnings. These students would have been better off financially if they hadn't gone to university. So their conclusion to this, I think, completely ridiculous piece of research, is that we should be driving down costs to make the universities more efficient. For KPMG, the problem really isn't about the kind of infrastructure problems that we are facing as both staff or as students. It's all about, let me quote them, because they're very honest, it's about the institutions are, quote, running out of productivity gains under the current operating model. And that's why they want a new operating model, and that's why they want 52 redundancies. That's why they want a common curriculum. That's why they want to shut down so-called unprofitable degrees, even if they are providing exceptional, distinctive education.
I'm going to play you an original song, but first I want to say a little something about where this came from. 2 weeks ago, we got an email from Francis Corner. Maybe you all saw it in your inboxes. I think it's what academics might call complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, there was one line in particular, though, that caught my eye, as a Palestinian in particular. It said that faculty members are not coming to the table. Why would we come to a table when it's set with 52 redundancies And the people sitting at the table with us are moneyed interest banks. That doesn't seem like a fair table to me. So, yeah, I think we can agree on that. This is a song that I wrote right after reading that piece of shit of an email, is my personal words for it. Thank you for being here. Give a warning to the warden, 'cause Francis is in a corner. Put a word into the warden, 'cause this won't stand any longer, 'cause we're stronger than any power-tripping admin trying to launder. And not a person is redundant, but I don't think that I can say the same for bullshit banks. United Goldsmiths stands between its union and students in unison proving this. So here are our demands. Care for the humans who run this place instead of those businesses. I think we can do it. So what about you? I think we can do it. So what about you? What about you all? I think so too. I think we can do it. So what about you? I know I sound redundant, but it can't be said enough. These redundancies, they will not be seen through. Has anybody warned the warden? Because I hear that she's been cornered, yeah. Has anybody put a word in yet? Someone must inform the warden till she won't forget that United Goldsmiths stands between its union and students in unison proving this. So here are our demands.
It's time that senior management go. If we've had enough of this crew, it's time that they take their corrupt, neoliberal, marketized version of education that is based off stealing our ideas and our actions. It's time that they go.
Care for the humans who run this place instead of those businesses. Unless that's all this place is. But really I hope and wish that we can really change it. So what about you? Thank you all so much.
To whom it may concern, the entire building is owned by Goldsmiths. My business is no longer operating as Goldsmiths has decided not to go ahead with the Enterprise Hub in order to save money. Having promised me that out of the brew could return to the building once the Enterprise Hub is complete, they have now decided against the project and my business has been closed down for nothing. The garden destroyed and my savings severely depleted as I have no lease to resell. As you can imagine, this sticks in my throat when I see the university advertising themselves as the champions of small local businesses, signing 10-point pledges with the mayor of Lewisham, Damien Egan, and patting themselves on the back for voluntary work done by students for the social media pages of such businesses. The domination of the high street by Goldsmiths is damaging to the local community, as that building continues to remain empty and become increasingly dilapidated, despite people like me who are prepared to invest and serve the community.
And then they say that university administration has been relatively inefficient, driving up costs. But these are the people who have taken around £2 million to draw up the professional services blueprint, which many of us believe is not just harmful in terms of the job cuts, but is going to make teaching and learning almost unthinkable without the work the professional services staff do based in departments. To conclude, there is one good thing. There is one good thing about this report, because it makes it clear where resistance is going to come from. They couch it in terms of risk. What is the major source of risk? It is us. We are the risk. We as staff, you as students, all of us together in particular, we are the risk. Okay, this is their quote. Universities have, quote, reached the point where having more students, this is such a brilliant quote. I didn't write this, this is KPMG. Universities have, quote, reached the point where having more students in a class, reducing the number of small groups and limiting subject choice are, would you believe it, meeting consumer resistance. Now, forget the consumer resistance, they're talking about us. They're talking about staff and students standing up to this. It's not about consumers, it's about all of us together having a completely different vision of the university, one which privileges the innate value, not the financial value, but the innate value of a creative and critical education.
Science is how we discover things about the world. It's essential and fundamental and wonderful. But art is how we digest it. Art is a social conversation about where we are now. Art is how we discover how we feel about it all, how we understand what it does to us, how it changes us, what it allows us to do and be, and what it asks us not to do and be. Those issues are not and shouldn't be the job of science, which is necessarily as value-free as possible. But they are the job of the arts and humanities. They're how we navigate the ever-proliferating possibilities that technology throws up, that globalization throws up, that expanding social interactions throw up. Without ways of finding out what we might feel about any of these possibilities, without a way of having a conversation about them, well, we are rudderless, blundering through a turbulent ocean on a dark night. We, as people in the arts, have to start understanding and insisting upon our own relevance and move in from the margins. We matter. Let's start mattering more. I support the action that's happening at Goldsmiths because I support real education, the type of education that makes us want to make a better world. That's what you are standing out here in the cold for, and I salute you for it.
It's written for you to be listened to with your eyes closed. You are invited to do so as you feel comfortable. So all the things we forget to see.
What do you see when you close your eyes? What do you feel? What do you find? Is it dark like a winter's night sky, or a bright morning with birds flying by? Does it feel like a desperate craving for hot chocolate on a bitterly cold day? Or like a wide open garden, fresh flowers and not a care in the way? Do you see a million little sparks as you try and rest? Or inkblot wavy lines like pests? Or is it the emails, to-do lists, and the horizon we're trying to find, and all the hopes and dreams in the world combined? What do you hear when you close your eyes? Is it your own voice? Or is it mine?
NatWest, get out! We know what you're all about! Cuts, job losses, money for the bosses! NatWest! Lloyds, SMT! We don't want redundancies! NatWest! Lloyds, SMT! We don't want redundancies! NatWest! Lloyds, SMT! We don't want redundancies! They say cut back! We say fight back! Cut back! Fight back!
We all stand here ready to fight these brutal cuts the senior management team is making. And if students and staff do not act now, more staff will be made redundant and more student-facing services will be cut. This is just the beginning. There will be more cuts next year. As the Student Union has stated over the last couple of months, the senior management team alongside universities across the country will continue to further embed a neoliberal agenda into the structures of the university. This logic will directly impact students' learning conditions and experience and take away from what we have been building over the years, which is a transformative education system. A system that isn't created through precarious contracts, a system that isn't based on making staff redundant the moment the structure is criticised and scrutinised, and isn't based on poor working conditions. We believe in an education system that's anti-racist, anti-colonial, and is through collective learning and through collective solidarity. The question is, where and who do we direct our anger to? Who makes all of the decisions? It's Goldsmiths Council and the senior management team who makes the final verdict, a verdict that will impact us all. I want us all to remember and even scream that our learning and working conditions are connected. We will win through a collective struggle, a struggle that has been happening for years, and that will be won through direct action, disruption, and through a care for each other. More than ever that we need a collective solidarity and a collective fight to come together and say what the senior management team is presented to us isn't the answer. We can create an education system for us and by us.
With a colleague recently, and we were talking also about how care and the language of care has been co-opted so much by universities and different spaces, and is using it in a way that feels fundamentally against care and very hypocritical. So I think that can be part of the conversation as well, because we also want to think about how this word is being taken and also how we can kind of resist that cooptation and sort of not let go of that word if we don't want to, or think about what it can become if we want to let go of it.
The paradox is like having a strikes but also being a community, and it kind of like makes me think about, kind of like the exchange of values, where we're losing the learning experience in classrooms for 3 weeks. But then what do we get? We get community, and we get like something that's bigger than that I think is like more valuable, could be more valuable, because like the kind of communities that we're creating here could be lifelong. Beyond after we graduate, we could use this community to learn more, because classrooms do have end dates. So in a way, you don't lose something, but you gain more from the strike. It's terrible to say that you gain more from the strikes, but in terms of learning and the care.
Tends to happen when we talk about care, because we talk about it really abstractly and we don't actually ground it in an action. And I think it's kind of worth, and maybe it's something that we drop on the group regularly. Sorry, forgive me for the notifications I'm going to suggest from such a thing, but what is needed? Hey, anybody needs something today? Tutor, student? How are you hanging in there? Like, what can I offer you? My time being something that I think is important to get for me from a tutor time. I think is a very beautiful gift.
Like fees weren't a thing, or I don't know, if you just took money out of the equation, then we'd just be like happy about being in a community sort of together.
During the 3 weeks of strikes from November to December in 2021, students and lecturers organized to provide care for each other and to protest together. And in doing so, they also met each other. We met each other. And it finally felt like there was a community we could build.
There's this quote that talks about how organizing should come from a place of love and care and all of that sentimental stuff that I don't really relate to, because where I come from, you either organize or you die, so no choices. Basically what I learned from bell hooks is that if you do not build a solid community that recognizes the work of past organizers, including your lecturers, older students, people who have been here at this institution before you, and build on that, what will happen is that you will recreate and remake the same mistakes and then fail again. So it's not sustainable. So basically, what I learned from bell hooks at this point in my life, and I really needed it because I hate this country so much for many reasons. Mainly because I'm Palestinian, honestly. So this country owes me, this institution owes me, and for them to come and crack down on the history department out of all departments means they're engaging in the colonial act of erasing and rewriting history, which is horrible. Yeah, to say that. But also, there's this quote by bell hooks that says organizing is an act of survival and organizing is an act of love. And love doesn't mean the heteronormative bullshit. It's not about finding friendships, and friendships are not. I love my friends, but it's just about also creating a sense of community where I would look at each one of you and I actually care about your survival. And I actually want to dream of a better future with you, of a better institution with you, of a better place, of a better country, without borders. As we speak right now, there are people mourning 30 persons who died in the Channel because of the border policy this country has. And this is something that I want to link it all together. I don't care. Because intersectionality is not about identities, but it's also about having a political imaginary that says we all deserve to have a place and we all deserve to be free. I would like us to sort of reclaim this place by making it ours. It's not theirs. I don't care who the management is. Honestly, I've never seen Frances Corner. To me, she doesn't exist. She's a villain. She's a cartoon villain. But you exist to me, and that's what matters. And the people who have been organizing, they exist. They are real. We are real. So that's it. Organize, strike, be loud, be disruptive, allow anger, but also allow joy and grief because most of us are really tired.
Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Now come you uni workers, the good news I will tell about the good old union that has come here to dwell. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? They say at Goldsmiths Uni there are no neutrals there. You're either for socialism or the ideology of Tony Blair. Yeah! Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? See, my daddy was a lecturer and I'm a lecturer's son. And I'll be with you fellow workers until this struggle's won. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Oh, workers, can you stand it? Can you tell me how you can? Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a man or a woman now? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Are you on the rich side? Are you on the side of Lloyd's Bank? No! Are you on the side of NatWest? No! Can I get a big cheer for Francis Corner? Woo! Can I get a big cheer for the senior management team? Woo! Can I get a big cheer for the UCU? Woo! Can I get a big cheer for all the lecturers on strike? Woo! Big cheer for all the admin staff on strike? Woo! Can I get a big cheer for all the caterers on 0 hours contract who aren't getting any work whilst this strike's happening? Woo! Well, which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on?
We have been infantilized, but now we are galvanized. First came evolving with the plan to dissolve us, then came recovery, undercover robbery, already depleted, then came deleted. We will not repeatedly be excreted and defeated. You say cut, cut, cut. We say out, out, out.
You walk around in power suits, doing photo shoots, claiming to help. But when the banks come, you forget you are a woman first and a warden second. You let emails fly from frivolous fingertips so that 52 jobs are deleted in the hopes that your wealth won't be depleted. It's funny, I thought we were people with purposes, more than names on a screen, people who deserve to be seen and heard and respected. The warden would have us believe we are a community, but here's the tea, they don't care. They don't care about us, but they don't want fuss. Try to keep workers quiet. Would do anything to avoid a riot except the right thing.
In solidarity. Solidarity.
In solidarity. In solidarity.
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 Solidarity with everyone.
And I promise you this, from all disabled people across the UK, and I promise you this from Deepak, if we can shut bridges, if we can stall Parliament for the right for inclusion and equality, you can do it too. When you take that action to occupy offices and shut them down, disabled people will be right there with you, shoulder to shoulder, chain to chain, wheelchair to wheelchair, walker to walker. You've got my word, you've got our solidarity, and we're with you 100,000,000%. Solidarity.
Forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
I suppose the question is, are you anti-fascist? Are you a revolutionary? Are you a defender of decency and life on earth? Because no one who is any of those things has ever had the odds on their side. And you know what we do have? A meaningful existence on the edge of oblivion. And if the end really is only a few decades away, and no human intervention can stop it, then who do you want to be at the end of the world? And what will you say to the people you love when time runs out? If it comes to that, I plan on being able to tell them that I did everything I could. But I'm not resigning myself to anything, and neither should you. Adapt, care, and take the damage done seriously, but never stop fighting. Southwell once said that hope is not the conviction that something will turn out well, but the certainty that something is worth doing no matter how it turns out. I live in that certainty every day.
Ha ha ha!